Oh, Jazz, you're muted. Oh no, Jazz is frozen and muted. Oh, do we have Jazz?
Oh my goodness.
She's functioning. All right.
Sorry, I look like a monster. Literally nothing is working.
Oh my gosh. No, not at all. I'm glad you popped. I'm glad you were able to get through because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it going or not. But oh, LP Punk is just started Dexter.
Is just not moving.
Yeah. LP Punk just started Dexter, so I'm so happy that you started watching it. Yeah, let us know what you think of the show.
It's fun.
Yeah, isn't it?
It's really fun.
Yeah. It really is. I enjoy it quite a bit. And I'm hoping that this won't get us taken down. If it does, it's not really a big deal because I'm just gonna repost it anyway and take the part out that would get us taken down. But I was just explaining about how Michael C. Hall was offered the role of Dexter. I know I told you this the other day. Was offered the role of Dexter just based on his performance as David on 6 Feet Under, which is just mind-blowing because, I mean, he was fantastic on that show, but, like, how can you look at anybody, no matter how talented they are, how can you look at somebody playing a character like David Fisher and be like, that's Dexter? But it's
that's my serial killer.
Yeah, exactly. Like David Fisher is not a serial killer. But Jeff Lindsay, who is the author of the books, was totally against it. And Michael C. Hall actually was against it at first too. He didn't think he was, the right choice for the role. And
I can see that.
Yeah, like he didn't even plan to go back to TV. He was just gonna TV was gonna be kind of like a one and done thing for him. He was just like ready to get back on stage. Because he's a theater guy. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he has a big a long theater resume. And he was just going to he was ready to get back to the stage.
Are you wearing a She-Ra shirt?
Yes, I am actually.
I love that. That's dope.
Thank you.
I'm wearing Wu-Tang today.
Oh, nice.
It looks like we coordinated outfits and I didn't
I know we both got the bandana thing going on. I've got my pride earrings on actually.
Excellent choice.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I 105, love American Style. Okay, first of all, I don't want to ask you anything specific because I don't want to, LP Punk is just getting into the show, so he's following along. So I just want your opinion. You finished season 4.
Yeah.
Which season did you like better, 3 or 4?
Honestly, I think I liked 3 a little bit better.
Really?
I know that's kind of blasphemy in the Dexter universe, but
yeah.
I loved season 4. Don't get me wrong, it was a very good, and John Lithgow's performance is like incredible.
Yeah.
But season 3 was just more fun. Like it was lighter. It was just like less heavy and less, the season 4 is dark. Like it is dark and traumatic and like everyone's just, going through, and they fridged a character that I'm not very pleased with. I had to take a break. I had to take a break after the end of season 4 because I was irritated. I'm only on episode 4. I just met Julia Stiles. They just introduced your character in season 5. That's as far as I've gotten. But yeah, as season 3, I just think I enjoyed more. It was the performances were a little like more heightened and intense and I don't want to say it was more silly, but it's definitely lighter. It was more fun. I liked seeing Dexter have a little murder buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the whole situation with like John Lithgow, especially like the way like with his family, it's just so sad. Like,
yeah.
It's an incredible season of television. It's very well acted. I understand why it's most people's favorite, but I'm leaning. I also just am just in love with Jimmy Smits, so that might be a part of it.
Yeah. Season 4 is pretty much, just almost every Dexter fan's favorite season, but yeah, season 3 is my favorite too. It's just Jimmy Smits as Miguel just makes that whole season for me. But and the other thing and the twist, the interesting twist with the killer in that season, which obviously I can't talk about yet, but there is like it's a twist that not everybody really picked up on, and the show didn't even really address. But I can't wait until we get to season 3, so so we can talk about it, because I just have so many feelings on season 3.
I think I told you I kind of called it at the jump as soon as they introduced Jimmy Smith's character, and then I was like, "Oh, I was wrong." But then
that's not the twist that I was talking about. Actually, I was talking about how
I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Basically, Dexter's pretty much responsible for every death that happens in season 3.
Yeah, entirely.
Yeah. But yeah. So let's talk about episode 105. And it wasn't it's 106, I think, but I'm waiting to see if we have the same LVP, because I will die if we have the same one. But yeah, so they're, obviously they're like Dexter found Tucci, and they're all they're all at the crime scene. Rats everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Masuka is me. I like.
Don't say that.
we had a mouse infestation. Dexter, I almost called him Dexter. LP Punk's going to go watch some Dexter. Have a good night, LP Punk, and your shirt is on the way. It's coming very soon.
Thanks for stopping by.
But yeah, we had a mouse infestation once. It was kind of like a neighborhood issue. It started in one person's house and just kind of
took over the block.
Yeah.
How they do.
It was traumatic. And so I'm totally Masuka, and I got really sick too.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, like really sick. Like I couldn't. I had a creepypasta YouTube channel at the time, and I had to quit it because I couldn't talk anymore at all. Like my voice just didn't work because I was just wheezing and coughing nonstop.
Oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm totally like I'm totally Vince Masuka in this episode, who is just like not happy with having to deal with the rats. And he's really intent on informing everybody about rat bite fever and hyptoplasmosis and all of that stuff. But I just noticed your nickname. I like that.
Thanks.
I liked that night. I liked that line.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Nothing goes bump in Dexter's night. Like ever.
But yeah, Jokes yells at him to cut out the rat talk, which I liked. But we get a scene of Rita at the Z Hotel, and she's with one of the housekeepers, Yelena. This was kind of inaccurate. this is not really like, from what I understand, coyotes really aren't like a big thing with like Cuban immigrants.
No.
Yeah.
That's more like in Mexico.
Yeah.
Type of
And they're
situation.
like, there aren't like there aren't that many Mexican immigrants in Florida. It's like, I mean, the Cuban
almost all
population
Cubans.
is, yeah, it's almost all Cuban.
Dominicans. Yeah.
Yeah. So this whole thing was kind of off. It was kind of like, I mean, it's it's not like it can't be a thing, but it was just kind of an odd choice,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like her, her fiance is missing, and she thinks that he was kidnapped. What did you think of Shonda? I loved Shonda.
I loved Shonda, and it really bothered, like, they kind of make up for it in the next episode with Brooks's family, but the way the women of color get treated on the show is like not my favorite. Like, she came immediately to Deb's defense, and Deb's like, "Shut the fuck up, Shonda." Like, this girl
I think she was kind of like, I think she was kind of cool with her at first until Dokes got all grumpy, and then she was like, she immediately was like, "No, I gotta impress my boss."
Bothered me. But then she comes through in the end, so we like Shonda. I like that. Yeah, we'll get to that later, but I like that Deb is still keeping a relationship with the girls from the street. I wish that there was more of that.
I know, me
They didn't back
too.
up that. Yeah, it's an interesting. Yeah,
it could have been really interesting.
I wish I'd spent more time with that, other than her being just like ashamed.
Yeah.
Like, not wanting to have anything to do with it after that.
I mean, there was a lot of I think there could be a lot of opportunity for humor there if it was handled sensitively enough, like, because there's also a lot of, I mean, we're not talking about upscale escorts here. We're talking about like women who are put in dangerous situations a lot. So it might be tough to do that with like a proper amount of sensitivity, but I think there could have been, like, if they had kept dropping by the police station, there could have been a lot of opportunities for some added humor there, I think.
Why weren't any of them, like, why didn't they try to make any of them CIs? Like, I feel like that would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Between the way they treated Shonda and the way they kept, like, disdainfully referring to the woman as Dexter's maid.
Oh, I know.
I was like, can you stop? Like, you're working a case for her. Like, her fiance is missing. She has a name.
Yeah.
Oh
my God. Yeah.
That played me a little testy, but
yeah. No, I hear ya. But yeah, I was kind of sweet on Shonda. I liked her a lot. She was cool.
She's great.
But it's Dexter, like that cop was so annoying. Like every other, like Dexter kept, like, even after Dexter kept correcting him, he's like, "She's not my maid, she's a maid." He's like,
"A maid.
She's your maid."
Go information on your maid.
Yeah. Dexter goes to Jorge Castillo's salvage yard. This guy was such a piece of shit, man. You could just tell.
Yeah, like, immediately.
Yeah, you could just tell. But I like that he told him that he was looking for a part for a 69 Stingray, because that's like one of my dream cars. Oh my god. But he makes a comment about, I don't know if they're talking about boats or fishing or whatever, and he tells him what kind of boat he has, and Jorge Castillo's like, I have a rowboat with a hole in it. And Dexter then says something in Spanish. What he said is, maybe the fish will find you. That's what he said in Spanish. And the guy gets super offended because he's like, he's like a mega type. I mean,
I've never gotten offended. It happens to me literally almost every time I go out in public that someone will walk up to me already speaking Spanish, assuming that I am Hispanic, and I feel sorry, I'm black. Like, I know. But there's like I don't understand why he took that so hard. Like, I'm American, Betty. I don't speak fucking like.
Well,
I guess it's.
I mean, he was in the business of exploiting undocumented citizens.
He spoke Spanish. I said he spoke Spanish. He's just being a dick.
Yeah, exactly. I'm American, pal. Just like you.
American.
Don't you dare accuse me of being anything else.
People assume I speak Spanish every day, and not every day, but every time I leave the house, and I've never been offended ever. It's just like, I'm sorry, can't help you.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
I was a little weirded. Did it strike you as weird? I don't know. Did Deborah talking to Tucci while he was unconscious weird you out at all?
Yeah. I don't know. The whole situation, everything with that plot line is weird.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts on that. And I'll get to them in a second, but there was a lot of weird stuff going on with that, with how like that was handled. But yeah, so Dexter obviously like goes to the salvage yard that night to do some Dextering. Do some vetting.
And Dexter time.
Yeah, exactly. And then we see Ernesto's body washing up on the shore. That was really sad. Felt bad for Helena. And they went with Rita to identify his body. I mean, they went with Yelena to identify his body, and Rita went back with her, and Dexter got really insecure that there are some great like Dexter Rita moments.
Yeah.
In these two episodes. Dexter trying so hard to fit in, like to have a normal relationship, and not feel like a fucking weirdo. It's all kind of funny.
I really enjoyed the flashbacks of him being like, I don't want to let girls down.
Right?
You gotta pretend.
Oh, I know. Yeah. The flashback where the girl came up to him while he was mowing the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that. That was me. Like,
you want to go to the dance? Why would I? Brutal.
And yeah. And then like I hear, a couple months later, so and so really likes you. Of course, Harry's like, no, you have to be normal.
Right. I love the casting for younger Dexter. Kid's great.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's like in his 30s now.
Yeah.
That kid was great.
Yeah, no, he was for sure. But yeah, we get our first like truly weird Tucci scene, and that's where we meet Rudy, who we learn a whole lot more about later in the season.
Yeah.
But
and from this moment, I was on to him.
Were you really?
That is the first. At his introduction, I was like, no, I don't like him. Something ain't right.
But yeah, he's fitting him for a prosthetic leg, so that's cool. But he must obviously have some damn good insurance for it to happen that fast.
Immediately.
Yeah. But they're trying to get information from him, and he's not remembering a whole lot. So Deborah suggests blindfolding him.
House. This is driving me nuts. Sorry.
Oh no,
I'm just gonna look at you.
But yeah, Deborah suggests blindfolding him, and he gets severely freaked out about that,
which is fair.
Yeah, which is totally fair. I think she pushed him a little bit too hard, but I think Jokes was a little.
Jokes' reaction was insane. It made no sense, especially for him to completely do a 180 at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
he was like, "Deborah, you're crazy. Yeah, you're torturing this man. Never mind, torture's the only way."
I did not understand Jokes in this episode. He heavily confused me.
Well, he was just real cranky the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Because his mom won't stop calling him.
Yeah.
But then Dexter is still vetting Jorge, and he's taking pictures of he's with his wife, and he's taking pictures of him with his wife, and making comments about oh, she's so blissfully unaware of his activities. Then they question Neil Perry at the hospital, at the police station.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, it seems like, because he's a possible witness, and it almost seems like a throwaway episode. A throwaway scene, but it's obviously, we learn later that it's a very important scene. But so my favorite part of the episode, and one of the most iconic moments of the Dexterverse, Angel and Dexter are drinking at a nightclub, and Dexter's just uncomfortable, wants to leave, but Angel's just having a good old time. And he's Dexter's asking him, doesn't your wife get upset with you going out like this? And he's like, she doesn't care as long as I bring home the PASION.
La Passion. I was like, all your problems will be solved if you just go down on your own. That's the answer. Don't talk to her. Just go down on her. She'll love it. It'll be great.
Don't go down that road. Just go down on her. But yeah, I think he said La Passion 6 times.
6 times.
That's hilarious. But yeah, he was just having a good old time, and Dexter drives him home. He's completely passed out. Dexter doesn't know that he's separated from his wife.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, how awkward.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That was a bummer.
Oh God. Yeah. I couldn't help but feel bad for Dexter, because I'm just imagining, dragging my passed out drunk friend home,
coworker.
And then to their house, only to find out that they don't live there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're still passed out, and then I have to drag them to my car.
Mm-hmm. Back to his house.
Oh my God.
Up those stairs.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Seriously. By the way, those condos in Dexter's building, I was a little shocked by the low prices. they cost more than my house, but I mean, for oceanfront Miami, I was a little confused because I got curious recently and looked them up on Zillow.
Ooh. What did they go for?
Like a 2-bedroom, oceanfront Miami. Okay. A 2-bedroom was listed, and this was a corner unit. A 2-bedroom corner unit, oceanfront, was like 2 something. It was under $300,000.
Oh,
which was kind of shocking.
Yeah. You're not gonna find that in LA.
Yeah, seriously. But I mean, oceanfront Miami, I was expecting it to be a hell of a lot more than that. I don't know, maybe there was like something horribly wrong with it.
Well, there was a serial killer living there.
Yeah, it's true. Oh my god, if you look up that building, it's the Bay Harbor Club, I think is the name of it.
Really?
Yeah, like the real name of it. If you look it up on Yelp, the reviews are hilarious. They're all Dexter related. But yeah, so
they regret it like the people from the pizza house on Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine buying a house and having no idea, like never having seen the show, and then people just show up every day and throw pizzas on your roof?
Right?
For like years. Like they still do it. It's crazy.
Oh my god. That's crazy. But I liked Deborah confronting. I liked Deborah getting all snippy with Dokes.
Mm-hmm.
At the station, that was kind of funny. And he was right, but like she's a rookie, she doesn't really know what she's doing. But it was kind of funny how she just totally mouthed off to him. It was interesting.
I'm bummed that they don't ever end up dating because I think they have incredible chemistry.
Yeah.
And they make great partners. I like watching their scenes together. They're all good. I mean, not to get like ahead or anything, but we know that's not where it heads.
I know. It seemed like they were going down that road too.
It really did. I thought I was like convinced until I asked you about it, and then I was very disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would have made great. It would have made a great couple on the show. I would have enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen that happen and have Dokes end up being sort of an ally to Dexter, like finding out everything about him and then.
Yeah.
But Dokes wasn't as dark as he was in the books though. So I don't know that it would work if it,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he doesn't, like they mention there are a couple of mentions of him not having the greatest reputation. But it's like there's a lot more about that in the book than there is in the show. So I don't know if that they might have like considered going down that road and then we're like, we didn't make Dokes dark enough. So maybe we won't do that. Then we get to the funniest part of the episode. Dexter and Rita.
That's one of the scenes I was telling you about where someone removed the voiceover. And it is like it's already an uncomfortable scene. Like just the way it is. But when they took out the voiceover, it's just him going like wordlessly attacking her.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, they're watching a sad movie and she's crying hysterically like I was when I watched Marley and Me. And I'm just imagining like if my husband had just started trying to go down on me during Marley
while you're sobbing. Yeah. Your heart's in the right place, I guess.
Oh my god, he's so clueless. It's hilarious.
He's like,
So funny.
now's the moment for the PASION.
Yeah.
While she's sobbing.
Oh my god. Oh, hilarious. But anyway, Dexter finds proof that, you know, Jorge's been smuggling these people. He finds old cell phones and he finds bodies submerged in water. And you know, because they didn't pay up. And I'm just wondering, like, how many people he smuggles who actually survive. That's what I'm
right. Like, it seems like a weird system. If you're gonna extort them at the end for a fee they were prepared to pay, like, how many of these people are you? Like, why even bring them over if you just get them, like, in the water?
Yeah, seriously. So back at the hospital, this bugged the shit out of me. Like, Dokes was giving Deborah so much shit about blindfolding Tucci, and then Dokes way crossed the line, in my opinion. Because, I mean, like, I don't think the cops can force victims to cooperate.
No, not at all. He doesn't have any. There's no. He has no obligation to tell them anything.
Yeah. It, like, I don't, and you know, I mean, I am somebody who didn't. I am somebody who was a victim of a violent crime and was not super cooperative with police for you know, reasons I won't disclose. But, like, yeah, that's not a thing. Like, the cops can't.
And he's like not even just a regular victim of violence. This man was kidnapped and, like, amputated alive. Like, he's been suffering, and you're just gonna come bully him into something he's already told you he's uncomfortable with and doesn't want to do. Like,
he has no obligation to them whatsoever. He could tell them to fuck off, and that's it.
And the fact that he, like, shamed Deborah for, like, having the idea and, like,
I know,
you know, told her how dumb, like, how bad it was, and she's a rookie and she doesn't know, and it's like, never mind, I'm stealing your idea and we're gonna force it. Like,
yeah, seriously.
Okay.
But I mean, it helps. It helped them get some information. You know, as unethical as it was, it helped. You know, he remembered some stuff. He remembered that he was very fond of throat lozenges. And this is like, okay, this is where it gets a little unbelievable for me. How long did he have him? Like a few days?
Yeah, like at least 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. Okay. He's a prosthetist. He's not a surgeon. Like, he's cutting off pieces of this guy. And there's rats. Like, I'm sorry. This guy would have died.
Yeah. Infection. Like, I mean, yeah. There are a million reasons.
There's absolutely no way he would still be alive. Oh, hey, Paul. Paul's on here. Yeah, you're right with Jazz. Jazz is on.
I just got on season 5 too.
Except Jazz is watching it for the first time.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's extremely unlikely that Tucci would have survived in that environment.
I don't know how they kept him alive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a TV show, so that's how they kept him alive, but
yeah. So later that night, Jorge goes back to his salvage yard, and you know, he's got a time. Yep. he's got a new group of Cubans that he smuggled and locks him up. And he notices a bunch of candles leading up to a trailer and goes inside and finds all the photos of his victims. And then Dexter sticks his needle in him. But if you pay close attention, Jorge actually starts passing out first.
I did not catch that.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah, Castillo starts passing out like before Dexter's needle gets in him. But I love that Dexter is like, God bless America. He said it. Valerie, his wife, is showing up and she's looking for her husband. And you're thinking like, oh, she's gonna find out this horrible secret about her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And then nope, she's in on it.
She's a dick too. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dex has to take both of them out. And he it's so funny because as he's got them on his kill table, he's like asking them for relationship advice.
Right? How do you guys get your marriage to work?
Yeah.
We talk to each other. Like, it's so weird.
Oh my God. So weird. But Dexter, so he kills them, but he's short on time, so he can't chop up Valerie like he normally does. He chops up Jorge and just slices her arteries and puts him in his trunk and dumps him in the water.
Yeah. There's something we'll have to wait till we get to season 2 to really talk about it, but like there's something about the way he dumps the bodies that really bothers me. And it ends up coming up, but yeah. We'll get to it when we get to it.
No, I think I might know what you're talking about. And yeah, it's really a gross oversight.
Yeah.
It's pretty horrific.
You have a whole we'll get there when we get there. But
yeah.
It was
So we see Shonda again.
Yes. And what a girl.
I know. Yeah. So Deborah obviously gave her some cash and like, here, go have fun with this poor guy that just got tortured. I thought that was kind of amazing.
I thought it was like maybe I'm not, I don't like think the same way other people do, but like I can't imagine being like a multi-amputee who's been kidnapped by a serial killer for days, and like my first thought is like, how am I gonna get laid? Like, right? Don't you have like anything else you want to worry about first?
Yeah. I think she probably got inspired to do that because he was just hating on her.
Yeah, nonstop. It was weird to me. But also, I've never been forcibly amputated by a serial killer, so maybe I don't, understand the priority.
I've never been amputated by a serial killer. I've never been in the hospital overnight following a violent incident. I spent 3 weeks in the hospital following a horrible car accident. And during any of those 3 weeks, if anybody had tried to have sex with me, I may have actually murdered them. That's I can't imagine that had to be comfortable.
Right? Hospital beds are not comfy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think he cared. He had boobs in his face. I don't think he cared.
Yeah. I guess I get it.
All right. So who is your MVP and who is your donut let's just make them awards. So we've got we'll have the Sadie's Donut Award and the Dark Passenger Award.
Okay. Sadie's Donut is going to be a combo 1-2 hit of Deborah and Shonda, because I'm probably very rarely going to be rewarding Deborah because she gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
I thought that was very sweet, like her help, at least finding a way to help Tucci after he helped her, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it was thoughtful, if not kind of weird and gross. And then my Dark Passenger is going to be Dokes this week. I love Dokes, but he sucked at this episode. He was a jerk.
Yeah.
Like, the way he shamed Deborah for her idea and then stole her idea and forced it to happen really bothered me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And my answers are exactly the same. Yeah. Deborah / Shonda and Dokes for the exact same reasons. Dokes is just a fucking dick, man.
He was not cool in this episode.
No. Paul says Dexter has a monster sleeper hold. Yeah,
Starts working before the drugs even hit.
Yep. That's all he needed. All he thought he needed is his syringe this whole time. All he needed was himself. Oh man. That there's a lesson to be learned in that. That's all you need, Dexter, is yourself. I can't wait until you're like caught up with the whole series so we can start talking about Resurrection, because I'm so excited to talk about it. There was this really cool clip that came out that played at the convention in Mexico, in Mexico City, where they screened the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really neat. It was like Dexter laying in a hospital bed, and it showed his heart monitor, and then the camera kept zooming in on his heart monitor, and then the lines changed to the outline of the New York City skyline. It was really cool.
Oh,
yeah, because his resurrection is taking place in New York City. He moves around a lot from the end of the series through, he moves around a few times.
They seem to shoot a significant amount of the show in Miami. Is that right?
I don't think they do, actually. I think most of it is shot in LA.
There was some point in season 4 where he's like the streets of Miami, and he's definitely in downtown LA. Like, I knew exactly where he was, but a lot, a good bit of it looks like, at least the first season, really looks like Miami.
The exterior shots of the building are all Miami.
Yeah,
of the building where he lives. But like Miami Metro, that's
I wonder if they do like It's Always Sunny and they shoot all the studio stuff in LA and then all the location stuff in Miami.
The Miami Metro building is definitely in LA.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm not entirely sure. They did replicate like Dexter's apartment. I think they pretty much copied the layout from the actual building in Miami.
They do that all the time.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Like, I assume that when there's like a close-up scene of him standing in front of his door, I'm just assuming that that's that's LA.
Yeah.
Maybe like,
It was a sound stage, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. But Val said, thank you for letting me know the trailer was coming. Yeah, the trailer is wild. I wish I could talk to you about it. It's like there's a very there are very strong feelings about it because it's like a whole different Dexter. Like they're really doing something different with them.
Interesting.
But episode, what's up?
So I'm excited to get